All right, now the national leader of the APC, Asiwaju Bola Tinubu, has distributed gift items, rams and cash to people of Oshodi local government area for the Salah celebration.
Speaking at the occasion, the National Union Road Transport Workers Chieftain Musiliu Akinsoya, popularly known as MC Oluomo, said in the spirit of the Eid celebration, Tinubu has instructed him to reach out to all the party leaders, youth and women in the area.
He said Asiwaju is interested in the welfare of all party members, and his message is for all Muslim faithful to have a joyous Eid-El-Kabir celebration. MC Oluomo urged the people of Oshodi to get their PVCs and go out in mass to vote for all APC candidates in the forthcoming 2019 election. And of course, that is just a follow-up to the story that today is Eid-El-Kabir, where Muslims worldwide are celebrating Eid.
Exactly. We have joining us Ustaz Moderatul Shahada Ahmed Abdul-Kadir. Good morning and thanks for joining us, Ustaz.
Good morning.
Good morning. Eid Mubarak.
Yes. Abdul-Kadir.
Okay,
Abdul-Kadir, yeah. The celebration, when it comes to times like this, there's usually a lot of fanfare in the air. Tell us basically, what is its significance of this Salah celebration now? What makes it different from the other one that is celebrated earlier in the year that we did?
Thank you very much. Alhamdulillah, wa salatu wa salam ala Rasulullah. What thank and praises are due to Allah, the Lord of the universe. May you continue to bless the Prophet Muhammad and his household on the day of judgment. I thank you once again. The significance of Eid-el-Adha or Eid-El-Kabir is to mark the end of the pilgrimage worldwide. That is leading to the end of the Hajj, right? And it's to follow the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and to praise Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And that comes every 10th of the Hijjah of Lunar calendar, the 12th month of Lunar calendar.
Okay.
So
what is the symbolism of killing ram today?
The offerings slaughtering today is to follow the path laid down by the Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam, and to reflect over his life, the perseverance and the patience that he has fulfilled the promise of Allah and how is so obedient to Allah's commandment. So the significance is to manifest the symbol that we follow the path of Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasalam and as emulated by Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
Okay. Right now, what activity today, for instance, what are the stipulated ways of celebrating today? For instance, you wake up in the morning, what are the line-by-line activities on how today should be celebrated until dawn?
Yeah, thank you very much. First thing, as a Muslim, brothers and sisters, we are advised to eulogize Allah and to praise Him, and by saying Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, La ilaha illallah, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, walillahil hamd.
Should we say that through the day?
Yeah,
okay.
Even saying after the dawn prayer, as at night, the day of Arafah, we begin to shout and glorify Allah's name to the rest of the days of Eid. Okay. Because it's not just the 10th day alone, the day are to be celebrated for 4 days. The 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th, and probably 14th. You have privilege to slaughter and offer your sacrifice.
But apart from those who have traveled to for the Hajj to go to Mount Arafat and the others, for those, for instance, who are back home who didn't go on pilgrimage, how should they celebrate today?
Yeah, we are celebrated for 4 days. The 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th, and probably 14th. You have privilege to slaughter and offer your sacrifice.
But apart from those who have traveled to for the Hajj to go to Mount Arafat and the others, for those, for instance, who are back home who didn't go on pilgrimage, how should they celebrate today?
Yeah, we are celebrating we are trying to do the same thing they are doing today, because those in Hajj today, they are going to slaughter today as well. Those of us here, we will have to set out early in the morning to offer the 2 units of prayer and you know, congratulate ourselves for this tremendous opportunity that Allah has granted us. So we have many ways. Last Messenger Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, the day of Eid is the day of drinking, eating, and praising Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala. Okay. So you meet your relatives, your family, your friends, you give out, you be kind to needies, and so on and so forth.
All right. Yeah. So today we should just eat and drink.
Yeah, it's the day of rejoicing.
You're particular about drinking.
Yeah, I think eating and drinking is good.
Yeah.
Okay, so how important is Hajj for Muslims?
Yeah.
How important is it?
Yeah, Hajj is the 5th pillar of Islam. Like, we have 5 pillars of Islam, and it is conditional that you are able to do that once in your lifetime. So every Muslim must be willing to perform Hajj once in his lifetime.
During this period?
Yeah. Okay. So to follow the practice of Ibrahim alayhi salam and the Prophet Muhammad as well. So Hajj is part and parcel of Islam for those who are able to do it, and you are wealthy, you are healthy wise, and there is the way is free for you to travel. All these conditions, if you are met, then you're supposed to perform Hajj once in your life, at least.
Yeah. Okay, it's good to the window of going on pilgrimage once in a lifetime, at least. At least. But there are people who go to Hajj every year. Is that necessary?
Really, it is not necessary, because it is mandatory upon you to perform Hajj once in a lifetime, and this wealth you are spending, it has to do with sincere intention. You want to do this to Allah. Allah has ordered it. He said, "Al-Hajj ala nas." You know, pilgrimage to people is compulsory for those who have the ability to do. So if you have the ability, we don't want a Muslim to want you to reach out to others. It's not as if you waste your fund. You are going to be rewarded, but the Prophet ﷺ recommend that at least if you are so wealthy, so every 5 years, in 5 years' time, it's good for you to renew your Hajj, because you are wealthy. But you perform Hajj last year, you want to perform this year, and next year you want to perform. We are not. It is not recommended that we perform Hajj every year. But if you are able, you reach out to others, you do the best. Everybody know you are so kind, and you still want to show Allah, because it's a means of showing gratitude to Allah that Allah has blessed you. So doing so is not bad. All right.
Must every Muslim that has come of age slaughter ram during this festival?
Really, as whoever that entered the age of poverty is free to, and he has the opportunity and is wealthy to buy this ram, yes, he's free to sacrifice, to offer the ram.
Well, you see some Nigerians that cannot even afford it, but some of them would go out to borrow money to buy a ram just to slaughter during the Eid-El-Kabir festival. Is that proper? No,
that's part of festival and doing things that you are not able to do. Those that can be excused to borrow, some that you have, you are expecting some fund, which you don't have presently. And you know this is a thing that you do that is period. It has time limit that you have to do it this time. So you can borrow money and do your sacrifice as far as you are very sure that you are going to pay the person. But if you don't have the ability, you don't have at all, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, I'm not going to drink the blood of your ram, neither the meat, but what I expect from you is the taqwa, the piety that led you to sacrifice. So we will not advise our brothers to go extra mile to go and borrow money because we want to sacrifice. Sincerity matters most in our actions.
Yeah. Okay. Well, back to the issue of pilgrimage. A lot of Nigerians are concerned that one way the government still pays for those going to pilgrimage, either to Hajj or to Jerusalem and all of that. And there are lots of calls. More calls are becoming louder that government should hands off the issue of pilgrimage. What's your take on that?
My take in this is that for government sponsoring an individual for each Hajj every year, I will not in support that they should stop doing that, and I will not look at it as a waste of fund of the nation fund, but who are those people sending to Hajj? What are the aim and objective of sending them there? Because you are expected to go to Hajj from your wealth. Right? Though it is allowed that somebody that is wealthy that wants to do a charity can send somebody as far as he has performed. And you can send somebody on behalf to have the reward for your relative or for yourself or for the goodness you want to do. Now, the government want to do, as they are continuing doing this, I will advise that they should be conscious of those they are sending. Some are not worth, they are not expected to be sent to Hajj. But some of our leaders of the opinions that they are going to turn them when they perform Hajj, they are going to they will come back as a better Muslim. So as a result of this, I would love that the government should be conscious of whom they want to send to Hajj. There are people who qualify to perform Hajj, but they don't have the opportunity. So for government to sponsor them, it's good, as far as it's going to bring plus to the nation, because nobody who went to Hajj and perform Hajj sincerely and following the rights, you become a better person in the society.
Okay.
Yes.
What lessons now should Muslims take away from this Eid-El-Kabir festival?
Yeah, first of all, we have to, like you've said earlier in the introduction, that it's a period of sober reflection, not eating, drinking alone, to reflect in the lifetime of Ibrahim alayhi salam, how the perseverance, the stress he passed through, and the Prophet Muhammad as well. Allow that Prophet Muhammad to follow the footpath of Ibrahim. And all the followers of the Prophet must follow the footpath as well. This life, it's a temporary that we are going to go back to where we are from. So we should act upon revelation and reflect on their lifetime so that we can be a better Muslim wherever we find ourselves. So Eid-El-Kabir, like I've said, is not eating and drinking alone, but to reflect the way Ibrahim was so submissive to Allah in order to sacrifice the only son that Allah has given to him. It wasn't easy. So that's my message.
All right. Thank you very much. It is not about eating and drinking alone. No. It's about reflecting on the sacrifices of the Holy Prophet and also Prophet Ibrahim too. Yeah. All right, Ustaz Ahmad Abdul Kadir, thank you so much for coming on the program.
Thank you very much.
Eid Mubarak.
Eid Mubarak.
Eid Mubarak.
Yeah, excuse me. There's this greeting that I want to advise our brothers to greet today. That Allah's Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam said we should congratulate ourselves as we are reflecting on the history of our pious predecessors. And say taqabbalallahu minna wa minkum.
Taqabbalallahu minna
wa minkum.
ومنكم
صالح أعمال
صالح أعمال
تقبل الله منا
تقبل الله منا
ومنكم صالح الأعمال.
صالح الأعمال.
And we should try to abstain from all illicit acts.
Is that the meaning?
Yeah, no.
Okay.
Yeah, that may Allah accept from us and you our righteous actions. So this is the slogan of greeting.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much, Ustaz. Thank you. All right. We're learning new ones every day. But
yes, absolutely.
Besides that, there's going to be eating and drinking today, so it's beautiful.
You are back to that.
All right, it's time for sports now, and Chidebere is standing by to take us there right now. Chidebere,